I stood on Lily's porch holding the small gift box I'd worked 3 months to pay for. My fingers shook a little from the cold, or maybe from nerves. It's Christmas, I whispered to myself, trying to breathe. She'll smile. She has to. Before I could knock, the door opened and Lily stepped out. Ethan, she said quickly, almost too quickly, like she'd been waiting to cut me off. She didn't give me time to speak. She didn't even look at the gift in my hands. Can we talk? Yeah, I said, forcing a smile. Merry Christmas. No, she whispered, glancing over her shoulder. Not inside. Come here. She grabbed my sleeve and pulled me toward the side of the porch where the snow hadn't been shoveled. My heart dropped. Lily? What's wrong? She crossed her arms, her breath fogging the air. I don't know how to say this without sounding cruel. A sharp ache filled my chest. Say what? She finally looked at the box in my hands. What's that? A gift, I said softly. For you. I've been saving. I can't take that, she said, and her voice was colder than the winter air. Ethan, we're done. The words hit me so hard I almost dropped the box. Done? What are you talking about? Today? On Christmas? I'm sorry, she said, but her eyes stayed fixed on the snow. I don't love you anymore. I shook my head slowly. Lily, you don't mean that. I do. She pushed the gift back toward me. I don't want this. I don't want us. Is there someone else? My voice broke before I could stop it. She flinched but didn't answer. Lily, I whispered, please tell me the truth. It doesn't matter, she said. We're not good together. You're too much work. I need something different. Too much work? I repeated. Because I cared? I don't want to fight, she said. Just take the gift back. I looked down at the box. I'd pictured her opening it, smiling, hugging me. Now it felt heavy, like it carried every bad thing at once. I bought this for you, I said, my voice shaking. I thought you'd be happy. I'm not, she answered. I haven't been for a long time. Her words sliced deeper than the cold ever could. Why didn't you tell me? Because it's Christmas, she said. I didn't want to ruin it. You just did, I whispered. She stepped back toward the door. I'm sorry, Ethan. Really. But this is for the best. For you, I said. Not for me. She hesitated, opened her mouth as if to say something else, then closed it again and walked inside without looking back. The door clicked shut. I stood alone on the porch, the snow crunching under my boots as I finally forced my legs to move. Merry Christmas, I muttered bitterly, wiping my eyes with my sleeve. I tucked the gift into my coat and walked down the steps, trying to breathe through the ache spreading through my chest. As I reached the driveway, I heard the front door open behind me. I froze, hoping for a second it was Lily coming to explain, to tell me she didn't mean it. Instead, Evelyn's voice drifted out. Ethan? Is that you? I turned, trying to hide my face. Hey, Mrs. Hart. Merry Christmas. She stepped onto the porch, her expression softening when she saw my eyes. Are you all right? You look shaken. I'm fine, I lied. Just heading home. That's unusual, she said gently. You never leave without saying hello. I didn't want to bother anyone, I said. Lily's busy. Evelyn studied me for a second, like she could see straight through the lie I was trying to hold together. Ethan, she said softly, did something happen? I really should go, I said, my voice tightening. Please tell Mr. Hart I said Merry Christmas. She stepped closer, her hand hovering like she wanted to comfort me but didn't want to overstep. If you ever need anything, you know you can come to us. I swallowed hard. Thank you. I just need some space. She nodded slowly. All right, but you're welcome here. Remember that. I forced a smile that barely held. I will. As I turned away, I heard her whisper, whatever she said. I'm so sorry. The words nearly broke me again, but I kept walking until the Hart house faded behind me. The cold stung my face, but I hardly felt it. All I could hear were Lily's final words repeating in my head. I don't love you anymore. And just like that, Christmas morning shattered. I stayed in bed the entire next day, staring at my phone like it owed me an answer. Text me, I muttered. Call me. Say something. But Lily didn't. Not even a single, are you okay, after breaking me on Christmas morning. My mom knocked softly. Ethan, sweetheart? You haven't eaten. I'm fine, Mom. You don't sound fine. I said I'm fine, I repeated, pulling the blanket over my head. She hesitated. If you want to talk. I don't, I snapped before I could stop myself. I heard her sigh and walk away. Guilt twisted in my stomach, but the pain was louder. My phone buzzed. My heart jumped. Lily? But it was Mason. Mason, open the door or I'm kicking it down. I groaned. Not today. A louder knock hit the door. Ethan, I can hear you breathing, Mason called. Open up. I dragged myself out of bed and opened the door a crack. He pushed it the rest of the way. Dude, he said, staring at my face. You look like you got hit by a bus. Thanks, I muttered. I'm serious. When your mom told me Lily dumped you, I almost drove to her house. Don't, I said quickly. It's pointless. Pointless? She dumped you on Christmas. That's villain-level stuff. I sat on the edge of my bed. She said she didn't love me anymore. Mason snorted. Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. I rubbed my eyes. What are you talking about? He crossed his arms. Look, I didn't want to tell you this today, but Lily's been talking. She said she wanted someone with a higher status. Someone who could match her goals. I stared at him. What goals? She's 19. Ask her, Mason said. Or better, look at this. He held out his phone. On the screen was a photo of Lily wearing a red dress. Her head rested on someone's shoulder. Who's that? I whispered. Noah, Mason said. The guy she met at that campus event last month. Noah. I laughed weakly. She barely talked to him. Well, she's talking now, Mason said. Look at the caption. I read the words slowly, each one like a punch. Christmas with someone who understands me. My throat tightened. She moved on that fast? Moved on? Mason said. She probably planned this. I shook my head. No. Lily wouldn't do that. She's not like that. Ethan, she dumped you on her porch like you were some old ornament she didn't want on the tree anymore. I don't believe she left me for him, I whispered. It doesn't make sense. Then look at the next photo. I swiped. Another picture. Noah kissing her cheek. Lily smiling like she'd never been happier. My chest felt like it was closing in. She replaced me. Mason's voice softened. I'm sorry, man. I put the phone down and pressed my hands against my eyes. What did I do wrong, Mason? Was I boring? Too loyal? Too me? You didn't do anything wrong, he said. She's just shallow. I gave her everything I had, I whispered. And she threw me out like it meant nothing. Yeah, Mason said. Because she's an idiot. I took a shaky breath. I need air. Then let's go. I don't want to go anywhere. You're going, he said firmly. Get your shoes. I didn't argue. I didn't have the strength. We stepped outside into the cold. So what now? Mason asked. I don't know, I said. I keep thinking she'll text, or call, or something. She won't, he said bluntly. Not while she's trying to impress Mr. Fancy Jacket. I swallowed hard. It hurts, Mason. Everything hurts. I know, he said softly. But you're gonna get through it. When we returned, my mom was waiting in the kitchen. Ethan, she said gently, can we talk? I don't want to talk, I mumbled. She touched my arm. You loved her. Losing someone you love, it shatters you. It didn't shatter her, I said bitterly. She's not you, my mom said. You love deeply. That's not a weakness. It feels like one. Mason leaned against the counter. Mrs. Cole, he saw the photos. My mom's face softened with sympathy. Oh, sweetheart, I don't want pity, I said. I just want to understand. Mason stepped closer. Sometimes people don't deserve the love we give them. Lily didn't deserve yours. I sat down, feeling the weight of everything pressing on me. I thought she'd always be there. My mom wrapped an arm around me. You're hurting now, but you won't hurt forever. Feels like I will. You won't, she whispered. Not with people who love you standing beside you. I didn't answer. I just let myself breathe, even though it hurt. Because today, I finally understood. Lily hadn't just left me. She'd thrown me away. 2 days passed before my phone buzzed with a name I never expected to see again, Evelyn Hart. I stared at the screen for a long moment before opening the message. Evelyn, Ethan, sweetheart, if you have time, could you stop by? We found a few of your things. I whispered, why would she want me there? My stomach twisted as I typed back. Me, of course. I'll come by. When I arrived at their door, I hesitated. Just grab the box and leave, I whispered, but my hand shook when I knocked. Evelyn opened the door almost instantly. Ethan, she said, pulling me inside before I could say anything. I'm so glad you came. I didn't want to intrude. You could never intrude, she said gently. Come sit down. Inside the living room, she motioned for me to sit on the couch. I swallowed hard. Where's the box? I can grab it and go. That's not why I asked you here, she said. My heart skipped. It's not? She sat across from me, folding her hands. Ethan, I'm sorry. I blinked. For what? For Lily. For what she did. For how she hurt you. For all of it. My throat tightened. It's not your fault. It feels like it is, she whispered. I should have taught her better. I should have raised her to appreciate the people who truly cared. I shook my head. She made her choice. And it was a terrible one, Evelyn said. She threw away someone good. Someone loyal. Someone who loved her with his whole heart. Her words cut deeper than I expected. I tried, I murmured. I really tried. I know you did, she said. That's why I asked you to come. Before I could respond, Daniel walked in from the hallway. Ethan, he said warmly, good to see you, son. I tried to smile. Hi, Mr. Hart. He reached out and shook my hand firmly. I'm angry, he said. Angry that Lily treated you like this. I told her she made the biggest mistake of her life. I swallowed. You don't have to say that. I do, he said. You were the best thing that happened to her. You kept her grounded. You respected her. You respected this home. Hearing those words from him made something twist inside me, a mix of pride and pain. Thank you, I whispered. We mean it, Evelyn added. You were family here, Ethan. That word, family, hit harder than I expected. I looked at the floor. I don't know what I am now. A small voice came from the doorway. You're still you. I turned. Ava stood there, hugging a pillow to her chest. Her eyes were red, like she'd been crying. I frowned. Ava? Are you okay? She walked over slowly. I cried, she said quietly. When I heard what Lily did. I cried because you didn't deserve that. My chest tightened. You didn't have to cry for me. She shook her head firmly. I did. You were nice to me when no one else paid attention. You helped me with homework. You told me I mattered. She looked down. And she hurt you anyway. I didn't know what to say. Ava, thank you. Evelyn placed a gentle hand on Ava's shoulder. We all feel the same way. Daniel sat beside me. You're a good man, Ethan. Better than Lily realized. I let out a shaky breath. I just wanted to make her happy. You did, Daniel said. She just didn't value it. Silence hung in the air for a moment before Evelyn leaned forward. There's something I want to tell you. I met her eyes. What is it? You still belong here, she said softly. I stared at her. What? You heard me, she said. You still belong here. Maybe not with Lily, but with us. With this family. I felt my heart stumble. Why? I'm nobody now. I'm just the guy she dumped. You're not just anything, Evelyn said sharply. You're Ethan. You're the boy who showed my daughter what real love looks like. You're the young man who brought kindness into our home. You're someone we care about. Daniel nodded. I don't want this house to lose you too. Ava whispered, me neither. My eyes burned, and I looked away, embarrassed. I don't know what to say. Say you'll still visit, Evelyn said. Say you won't disappear. I took a deep breath. If you really want me here, then I'll come. Evelyn smiled warmly. Good. Because you matter to us, Ethan. More than you know. For the first time since Christmas morning, I felt something that almost resembled warmth spreading through my chest. Maybe I really wasn't alone. When I went back to my routine, I felt something shift inside me. Mason kept asking if I was okay, and I kept saying I was fine. I wasn't fine, but I wasn't broken anymore either. I walked into work early, surprising Mr. Dean when he saw me. He raised an eyebrow and said, "You're here before everyone, Cole?" "Yeah," I said, trying to sound normal. "I just needed something to do." He studied me. "Trouble at home?" "Something like that," I answered. "But I'm good. Really. If you need extra hours, say the word," he said. "I do," I said. "Give me whatever you've got." He smiled. "Good attitude. Let's see if you can keep up." I worked the whole morning without stopping, pushing myself harder than usual. When Coach Turner called that afternoon asking if I was coming to training, I said yes without thinking. He laughed. "Didn't think I'd hear that from you this week." "I need it," I told him. "I need something to burn through all this." "Then get here fast," he said. "I'm not going easy on you." At the gym, he blew the whistle the second I arrived. "Run," he said. "Don't stop until I say." I ran until my legs screamed, but I didn't slow down. He shouted, "Good. That's the fire I wanted." When I finally collapsed on the bench, he handed me water. "You're angry," he said. "Use it. Don't drown in it." "I'm trying," I said. "I'm done feeling small." He nodded. "Good. Because I hate seeing you shrink when you should be standing tall." That sentence stuck with me the rest of the night. When I got home, Mason called immediately. "Bro, you alive? I heard you trained like a maniac." "I needed it," I said. "I'm tired of drowning." "Any word from Lily?" he asked. "No," I said. "Blocked me." "Wow. Classy. She unblocks me at night." "Why?" Mason asked. "Probably wants me to beg." "Are you going to?" No. Mason laughed. Good. Let her panic. I'm done chasing people who don't choose me. Now you're talking, he said. Later, when I checked my phone, I saw Lily had unblocked me again. No message. Just silence, like she was waiting. I put the phone face down. The next morning at work, Mr. Dean called me over. You're different this week, he said. Stronger. I'm trying to be, I said. Keep it up. You'll go far if you keep this drive. His words hit me hard, because no one had said something like that in a long time. As I walked home that night, I whispered, I'm changing. Mason called again, saying, you sound better tonight. I don't know if I'm better, I said. But I'm not sinking anymore. Progress, he said. I'll take it. I realized something, I said. Oh boy. Here we go. I was shrinking myself for her, I said. Trying to fit her idea of enough. Yeah, Mason said. You did that a lot. Not anymore, I said. I'm done making myself small. Good. Grow. Make her regret everything, he said. I laughed quietly. Maybe I just want to be someone I'm proud of. Same result, Mason said. Either way, you're climbing. When I got home, Lily had unblocked me again. Still no message. I whispered, you can wait. I'm not coming. The next day at training, Coach Turner blew his whistle the moment he saw me. Run harder today, he said. I want everything you've got. I can do that, I said, tightening my laces. Good, he said. Because you look like someone who's fighting the whole world. Maybe I am, I said. He nodded. Then fight me first. We sparred until my arms shook, but something inside me felt alive again. Coach Turner smiled. That's it. That's the version of you I want. I didn't know I had this version, I said. You always did, he said. You just hit him. As I left the gym, I checked my phone again and saw Lily had blocked me this time. I laughed. You still think you control me. Walking home, I whispered, you never saw this part of me, Lily. You never cared about my goals, I said softly. You never wanted me to grow. But I'm growing anyway, I whispered. Even without you. I breathed in the cold air and felt something new settle in my chest. For the first time, I felt power returning to me, steady and real. I kept walking. I was finishing my shift when Mason burst through the door. Bro, you need to sit down for this. I'm standing, I said. Just say it. He grinned like he'd been waiting all day. Noah cheated on Lily. I blinked. What? You heard me, he said. Boy Wonder jumped to another girl already. People are talking. I tried not to react, but my chest tightened. How do you know? Screenshots, he said, waving his phone. Rumors everywhere. Her friends? They're siding with him. I shook my head slowly. That's fast. Yeah, Mason said. Your girl, sorry, ex-girl, is trending on campus right now. I don't want to see it, I said. You don't have to, he said. Just enjoy the karma. I'm not celebrating, I muttered. He stared at me. You don't have to celebrate to appreciate justice. Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. Evelyn, Ethan, sweetheart, could you help us with the charity event tonight? We could really use you. Mason peeked at the text. You going? I hesitated. I don't know if I should. Then definitely go, he said. Walk in there looking like the new version of you. I sighed. Fine. I'll go. When I arrived at the Hart House, Evelyn greeted me at the door with a warm smile. Ethan, thank you for coming. You look wonderful. Thank you, I said. What do you need help with? Just setting tables and helping bring boxes inside, she said. You always knew how to make things run smoothly. I followed her inside, but the room fell silent as soon as Lily turned and saw me. Her eyes widened. Ethan. I nodded politely. Hi, Lily. You look different, she said. I've been working on myself, I said simply. Her mouth opened slightly. I didn't expect you here. Your mom asked, I said. I'm helping. She stepped closer. Can we talk? I shook my head. I'm here for the event, not for that. She froze, clearly not expecting that answer. I walked past her, feeling her eyes glued to my back. Evelyn handed me a box. Thank you again, Ethan. You've grown so much. It shows. I smiled a little. I'm trying. And it's working, she said. You carry yourself differently now. Stronger. Ava approached quietly, clutching something in her hands. Hi, Ethan. Hey, Ava, I said. Need help with anything? She shook her head quickly. No. I made something for you. For me. She held out a folded note. Just read it later. Please. I will, I promised. As she walked away, Lily rushed up again. Ethan, please just give me a second. I told you, I said calmly. I'm not here for that. She looked hurt. Everyone's whispering about me. Everyone thinks I'm stupid, or pathetic, or... I'm not part of that, everyone, I said. Your choices aren't my business anymore. You don't care at all, she whispered. I looked at her quietly. I cared when it mattered. Her face fell. So that's it? You're just done with me. I didn't answer. Instead, I picked up another box and brought it to the table. Evelyn smiled gratefully. You always knew exactly what needed to be done. Habit, I said. You're a good man, Ethan, she said softly. We're proud of you. The words warmed something inside me I thought had died. Across the room, I saw Lily watching me, eyes confused, almost desperate. She stepped toward me again, but Ava grabbed her arm. Don't, Ava whispered. You already broke him once. Lily pulled her arm away. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. But it did, Ava said. And he's finally okay. I overheard every word, but stayed silent. When the event started, guests filled the room. I helped direct people, carry trays, organize donations. Evelyn kept praising my help. Daniel even clapped me on the back and said, "Good man, Ethan." Lily approached me again near the kitchen door. Ethan, please just talk to me for 1 minute. I don't have anything left to say, I said. You won't even listen? She asked, voice shaking. I listened for years, I said quietly. You didn't. She stepped back like I'd slapped her. Ava came over after Lily left. Did you read the note? Not yet, I said. I will. Read it now, she said. It'll help. I unfolded the paper. You deserved better. We all knew it. Please keep growing. We're rooting for you. Ava. My chest tightened. Thank you, I whispered. Ava smiled. You're welcome. Across the room, Lily stared at me like she didn't know who I was anymore. Maybe she didn't. Because the gap between us wasn't a crack now, it was a canyon. And she couldn't reach me anymore. I was stocking shelves at work when Mr. Dean called out, Cole, someone's asking for you up front. I wiped my hands on my apron. Who is it? He shrugged. Didn't say. Looks emotional, though. My stomach tightened. I walked toward the entrance, and the second I saw her, my breath stalled. Ethan, Lily whispered, tears already streaking down her face. I froze. Why are you here? She stepped closer. Please don't walk away. I need to talk to you. I crossed my arms. Talk then. Her voice cracked. I'm sorry. I didn't say anything. She rushed on. I'm so sorry for everything. For Christmas. For Noah. For choosing him over you. I messed up so badly. I stared at her quietly. What do you want from me, Lily? I want us back, she said, wiping her cheeks. I want you. I miss you. I miss what we had. You miss what you threw away, I said. She nodded weakly. I know. I was stupid. I thought Noah was. I don't know, better? But he wasn't. He treated me horribly. He lied, he flirted with other girls right in front of me. That's not my problem, I said. She stepped closer, grabbing my sleeve. Please don't be cold. Not you. You were always kind. I looked at her hand. Why now, Lily? Why after I finally started moving on? I never stopped thinking about you, she whispered. Every night, I kept checking your number, hoping you'd message me first. I didn't, I said. And that hurt, she admitted. Because you always reached out before. That's why I stopped, I said. I'm done begging to matter. Her tears fell faster. I swear, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't mean to break you. Yes, you did, I said calmly. You made a choice. You pushed me away. I was scared, she whispered. Of what? I asked. Of loving you too much, she said. Of depending on you. Of needing you. Noah looked easier. He wasn't easier, I said. He was selfish. And you liked that because it made you feel powerful. She shook her head frantically. No, that's not. Don't lie to me, I said. Not now. She shut her eyes, trembling. Okay. Maybe I did like the attention. Maybe I liked feeling wanted. I nodded. Until the attention wasn't on you anymore. She opened her eyes and reached for my hand. Ethan. I'm begging you. Give me another chance. Let me fix it. I pulled my hand away. Her voice broke. Why won't you even try? Because I'm not the same person you let go, I said. She stared at me like she didn't recognize me. What does that mean? It means I grew, I said. I worked on myself. I found people who saw my worth before I had to prove it. I saw your worth, she whispered. No, I said softly. You saw what I could give you, not who I was. That sentence made her collapse against the wall, crying harder. I love you, Ethan. I really do. You love the version of me who never stood up for himself, I said. The boy who waited on your texts. The boy who thought you were his whole world. You still care, she said desperately. I know you do. I do, I admitted. But caring doesn't mean returning to a place that hurt me. She grabbed my arm again. Please don't say that. Please don't be done. I'm not trying to hurt you, I said. You are hurting me, she cried. You're walking away like I'm nothing. That's how you walked away from me, I said. She shook her head. I swear, I'll do better. I'll listen. I'll grow. Just tell me what to change. I'm not here to fix you, I said gently. I'm here because you came to me. She fell quiet, staring at the ground. So what now? I took a breath. Now you heal. And I walk away. Her head snapped up. No. Ethan, please. I don't belong in your world anymore, I said quietly. The words hit her like a blow. She staggered back, her legs giving out. She fell to her knees on the sidewalk outside the store. Don't leave me, she sobbed. Please don't leave me like this. People walking by stared, but I didn't move toward her. I didn't kneel. I didn't touch her. I just watched as the girl who once shattered me finally broke herself. I'm sorry, I said softly. But this is goodbye. And then I turned and walked back inside, leaving Lily crying on the concrete. For the first time, it didn't crush me. It freed me. The power wasn't hers anymore. It was mine. I was heading home from work when my phone buzzed. Evelyn, Ethan, sweetheart, could you come by tonight? It's important. I stared at the message. Important how? I whispered, but I replied. Me, I'll be there. When I arrived at the Hart House, my heart hammered in my chest. I knocked, and Evelyn opened the door instantly. Ethan, she said warmly, come in. We're all waiting. I repeated. Is everything okay? She smiled gently. Just come to the living room. As soon as I stepped in, I saw Daniel sitting on the couch, Ava beside him. They all looked up at me like I'd walked into something big. Daniel stood. Ethan. Good to see you. I nodded. Good to see you too, sir. Sit, he said, motioning to the chair across from them. I sat slowly. What's going on? Evelyn exchanged a glance with Daniel before sitting across from me. Ethan, she said, we asked you here because we need to talk about something important. My stomach twisted. Is this about Lily? No, she said immediately. This isn't about her. This is about you. Me? I asked. Why? Ava leaned forward slightly. Because you matter here, she whispered. Daniel nodded. She's right. I blinked. I don't understand. Evelyn took a breath. For years, you were the calm in this house. You brought stability. You brought kindness. You brought peace. I swallowed. I just tried to be respectful. And you were, Daniel said. In every way that counted. More than most grown men I know. The words hit me hard. I didn't think you noticed. We did, Evelyn said. We noticed everything. How you helped Ava with homework. How you talked Lily down when she was emotional. How you greeted us every time you walked in. You treated our home like it mattered. A lump formed in my throat. I didn't do anything special. You did, Daniel said firmly. You were good. You were steady. You were the kind of man I always hoped my daughters would respect. My breath caught. I don't know what to say. Ava spoke softly. Say you'll stay. I looked at her, surprised. Stay? Ava, this isn't my house anymore. It doesn't matter, she said. You still feel like part of it. Evelyn reached for my hand. Ethan, we don't want to lose you just because Lily couldn't see what she had. I stared at her. You want me, in your lives? Yes, she said. Not as Lily's boyfriend. Not as someone tied to her decisions. But as yourself. As the young man we trust. As someone we value. Daniel leaned forward. You think we invited just anyone to our family events? You think we praised just anyone in this house? No. We praised you because you earned it. My voice shook. Why are you telling me this now? Because you need to hear it, Evelyn said. You spent years trying to be enough for Lily. But you were already enough. We saw it. She didn't. Ava nodded. And we don't want you to disappear. I rubbed the back of my neck. I thought. I don't know. I thought I was just some kid who hung around. Daniel shook his head. You were a positive force for all of us. Even now, after everything, you walked in with respect. You didn't bring bitterness. That says everything. I let out a shaky breath. I lost so much when she left. Evelyn squeezed my hand. Not everything. You didn't lose us. My eyes burned. Why would you want me here after all the drama? Because you weren't the drama, Daniel said. You were the balance. Ava smiled shyly. You make people feel safe. That sentence nearly broke me. I looked around at the three of them, each one watching me with warmth, with hope, with something I never expected. Ethan, Evelyn said softly, you don't have to say yes tonight. Just know that this door is always open for you. Daniel nodded. Always. I swallowed hard. I don't know what to say. Say whatever's in your heart, Evelyn said. I took a slow breath. I thought losing Lily meant losing everything connected to her. I thought I'd disappear from your lives because I wasn't useful anymore. Ava shook her head. You're not here because of what you did. You're here because of who you are. That sentence settled deep in my chest. Okay, I whispered. If you really want me here, then I'll stay. Evelyn smiled warmly. Good. Because we meant every word. Daniel clapped a hand on my shoulder. You're the man I respected long before any of this happened. Ava gave me a small, hopeful smile. For the first time in a long time, I felt chosen. Not for what I could offer, but for who I was. A month passed before Evelyn invited me again. Evelyn, Ethan, sweetheart, will you join us for New Year's Eve? It would mean a lot. I read the message 3 times before replying. Me, I'll be there. When I walked up the hard driveway, I felt different. Stronger. Steady. Not the broken version of myself who'd stood here on Christmas morning. Evelyn opened the door with a bright smile. Ethan. You made it. I said I would, I said, smiling back. Happy early New Year. Come in, she said warmly. Everyone's waiting. Inside, Daniel greeted me immediately. There he is, he said, shaking my hand firmly. Glad you're here, son. Thanks for inviting me, I said. You've earned your place, he replied. Ava appeared from behind him, giving me a shy wave. Hi, Ethan. Hey, Ava, I said. You look excited. She nodded. It feels like this year needs a good ending. I laughed softly. I hope so. I followed them into the living room, and that was when I saw her, Lily, standing near the fireplace. She stiffened the moment our eyes met. Ethan, she said quietly. Lily, I replied just as quietly. She didn't approach me. She didn't even try. She just lowered her gaze as if she already knew nothing she said would matter anymore. Daniel clapped a hand on my back. Come over here. I want to show you what we've done with the charity totals. As he spoke, I listened, nodded, asked questions. I felt normal. Confident. Present. Not once did I feel overshadowed or out of place. At one point, Lily drifted near me, not too close, just enough to hear me talking. I didn't look at her. I didn't need to. She whispered, you seem different. I answered without turning. I am. She said nothing after that. Ava walked over carrying 2 glasses of sparkling cider. Here, she said, handing me one. You should toast with us later. Thanks, I said. You always think ahead. She blushed. I try. Evelyn called from across the room. Ethan, dear? Can I borrow you for a moment? I followed her into the quieter hallway. She rested a gentle hand on my arm. I wanted to say something before midnight. Sure, I said. What's up? She looked at me with warm, motherly eyes. You're not the same boy who stood crying on my porch. I let out a breath. No. I guess I'm not. You're stronger, she said. Steadier. More sure of yourself. I feel that, I admitted. It took a while, but I'm getting there. She squeezed my arm gently. Ethan, you're not the boy who got dumped on Christmas morning. You're the man who came back stronger. I swallowed, feeling emotion rise in my chest. Thank you. That means a lot. It should, she said. Because we've all noticed it. Especially her. I glanced toward the living room where Lily stood alone. I'm not doing this for her. I know, Evelyn said. That's why it's working. I nodded, feeling a calm settle over me. We returned to the living room right as Daniel announced, 5 minutes until midnight. Everyone gathered near the windows where fireworks would soon start. Ava tugged lightly at my sleeve. Stand with us? Of course, I said. Lily stood a few feet away, silently watching. She looked like a ghost of the girl I'd once loved. There was no hatred in me anymore, just distance. Daniel lifted his glass. To new beginnings, he said. Evelyn added, to growth and strength. Ava whispered, to people who finally see their own worth. I raised mine. To all of that. The countdown began. 10. 9. 8. Everyone cheered louder as the numbers fell. 3. 2. 1. Fireworks exploded outside, bright flashes lighting up the snowy yard. Everyone shouted, Happy New Year. I stepped out onto the porch for some air. The cold wind brushed my face, but it didn't sting. Not like it used to. Behind me, I heard footsteps. I turned slightly and saw Lily lingering in the doorway. Ethan, she whispered. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. She lowered her gaze. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, I said, my voice calm and steady. She went back inside without another word. I stayed on the porch, watching the fireworks paint the sky. For the first time in a long time, I didn't feel broken. I didn't feel abandoned. I felt free. I whispered it softly, letting the words drift into the night air. I'm finally free. A small smile crossed my lips as another burst lit up the sky. My story didn't end on Christmas morning. It began here. Stronger, steadier, and finally mine.